Have you ever missed someone so deeply that the feeling stayed with you for years? It's possible that this person has been thinking of you the same way. That may sound illogical, yet it's far more common than you might imagine. The human mind carries a power that exceeds our understanding, the ability to connect with another person without words or gestures, purely through an invisible energy. This very curiosity led Jacobo Grinberg, a brilliant Mexican neuroscientist, to explore the limits of human consciousness long before many researchers dared to enter those uncharted territories. He intuited the existence of deeper mental bonds, and modern science has revealed something astonishing. Our brains can synchronize with the brains of those closest to us. It isn't magic, it's neuroscience. Grinberg maintained that we are much more than physical bodies, that a web of connections runs through us, binds us, and defines us. And what if that connection goes even deeper? What if thinking about someone constantly isn't a coincidence but a sign of something more? Some people seem to touch your soul without even trying, as if there were an invisible language between you, a silent dance that goes beyond words and gestures. This is spiritual connection, an energetic bond that transcends the physical and the emotional. It's important, however, to distinguish a spiritual connection from an emotional obsession. Obsession is born of lack, of the urge to possess or to fill an inner void. Spiritual connection does not seek to complete but to reflect, acting like a mirror that invites you to see parts of yourself you may have ignored. How can you tell if you've found a true energetic connection? The signs are subtle yet unmistakable. A sense of peace when you're near that person, a mutual understanding that needs no words, and most importantly, a natural impulse toward growth. These connections aren't always easy. They can awaken intense, even painful emotions. Some people leave an indelible mark on your life because they aren't here just to accompany you, they're here to transform you. Often these souls arrive to teach something profound, to help heal wounds, or to activate a spiritual calling you left dormant. The real question is whether you are willing to accept the lesson they bring. There are people who, when they cross your path, awaken something unexpected, the echo of your inner child, taking you back to a place where purity and vulnerability guided your emotions. This reunion can be beautiful and unsettling, because along with that innocence, forgotten hurts resurface. Recurrent thoughts about these people are not random, they are messages from the subconscious, reminders that something within you still needs attention. It's as if a part of you were asking to be heard, understood, and healed. When we don't address past emotional wounds, they become patterns that repeat in our relationships. But here lies the hidden gift. Each time you face pain, you have the chance to transform it. The process isn't easy, it's like opening a chest full of forgotten memories, but in that act of courage you find treasures that help you grow and become better. Pain is not an enemy, it's a teacher that guides you toward your own light. When you allow yourself to feel, process, and release what hurts, something almost magical happens. The emptiness begins to fill with a peace that depends on nothing and no one. Thinking about someone too much can also spring from unrequited love, one of the most universal and at the same time most personal experiences. It breaks us, teaches us, and, if we let it, rebuilds us. It's easy to feel that something is wrong with us when we love without being loved back, but this experience isn't a mistake, it's a profoundly spiritual lesson. Relationships that never fully happen teach us about detachment, acceptance, and the power of loving ourselves. Their purpose is not to fill a void but to show us what we must work on within, challenging us to stop seeking in others what we must first find in ourselves. Closing an emotional cycle doesn't mean forgetting or denying what you felt. It means expressing gratitude for the experience, even when it was painful, and releasing the other with love. It's understanding that everything that enters our life has a purpose and that, when that purpose is fulfilled, we can move on. Self-acceptance is key. You deserve love not because someone else confirms it but because it is your essence. By embracing your imperfections and your own company, you begin to attract relationships that reflect this inner healing. Unrequited love is not the end of your story, it's the chapter that prepares you for the greatest love you can experience. Love for yourself. Yet not everything is heavy. Sometimes the universe seems to whisper in your ear. There are signs that guide us toward a deeper understanding of our human connections. These synchronicities are like invisible threads weaving our stories. When someone thinks of you intensely, that energy can manifest in subtle ways. A sudden memory, a song that appears unexpectedly, or seeing their name in unlikely places. These aren't mere coincidences, they are flashes of the energetic connection you share. When someone appears constantly in your mind, there's a good chance you appear in theirs too. Purpose plays an intriguing role in these connections. Sometimes souls are destined to cross not to remain together, but to ignite a flame that illuminates something in each of them. Interpreting the universe's signs requires presence and openness. Ask yourself what this experience is showing you and how you can use that message to grow. The universe speaks through symbols, patterns, and emotions, not to keep us tethered to the past but to remind us that each connection has its time and place in our journey. When we understand this, we stop resisting and begin to flow with life, knowing everything has a higher purpose. To flow, we must let go. Letting go doesn't mean losing. It's an act of liberation, a way to honor what was while making space for what is to come. When you cling to pain, memories, or a person, you don't just hold yourself back. You halt the flow of energy that connects you to new possibilities. There are powerful techniques for releasing and healing. Writing, for example, can be transformative. Write a letter not to send, but to empty your heart. Thank that person for what they meant to you, acknowledge what you feel, and, in the end, say goodbye with love. This symbolic act can free far more than you imagine. Transforming pain into growth requires courage, but it is possible. Every disappointment is a seed of strength. When you allow pain to transform rather than define you, you realize scars aren't reminders of wounds but of battles won. Opening yourself to new possibilities is a gift you give yourself. Every time you let go, you create space for something new. And that something isn't always another person. Often it's a stronger, wiser, freer version of yourself. Letting go isn't the end, it's the beginning of your next stage. Life is a journey, and every experience, every connection, and every goodbye are pieces of a puzzle that only make sense with time. Even in our hardest moments there is hidden beauty. The certainty that you are growing, evolving, and drawing closer to a more authentic version of yourself. Remember, there are no accidental encounters. Every person who enters your life serves a purpose, awakening your awareness, teaching you a lesson, or simply reminding you of the power of love. When you look at your path through this lens, every step, even the most difficult, takes on new meaning. Healing and growth do not mean forgetting. They mean integrating what you've lived into your story and learning to love yourself with the same intensity with which you have loved others, knowing you deserve everything you dream of and more.